Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I thank you for being here, Mr. Sunstein. And two issues I want to address with you. The first being GIPSA. And I take that in reference to a point that Representative Gowdy was attempting to get out, and you appropriately chose not to answer based upon a colleague's statements that you clearly weren't aware of. But I do want, for the record, to make sure that we understand in relation to this GIPSA question and the fact of being a former member of the House Ag Committee that passed the 2008 Farm Bill and did a lot of work on making sure that that issue, GIPSA, was covered well and regulations were put in place realistically. And a concern now that USDA and GIPSA have gone well beyond the intent of Congress in those that proposal and those regulations. Mr. Dudley Butler, J. Dudley Butler, in commenting about the rule and its ability to allow for more litigation in the future, he said this. He said, and I quote, "When you have a term like unfair, unreasonable, or undue prejudice, that's a plaintiff lawyer's dream. We can get in front," and that's my concern, we can get in front of a jury with that. We won't get thrown out on what we call summary judgment because that's a jury question. I think you would justifiably understand our concern when a regulator makes that type of statement in relationship to GIPSA. Let me go on and ask a question here. As you may know, multiple studies have been released questioning the economic impact of the proposed rule and what it would be doing and the cost that there would be there, which would result to more than $100 million. Will you consider having the rule withdrawn and having the USDA initiate a more thorough economic impact study before going forward?
Well, thank you for that. If the rule has $100 million in annual impact, then it's required to have an economic analysis associated with it. So that's just, simple and straightforward. And if originally a rule comes in answer to the Chairman's question, originally it was proposed, didn't look like it would have $100 million, and then it turns out it's gonna, then at the final stage it has to have that analysis. So
even though initially it looked like the study that was done in a cursory fashion to make sure that it didn't cross the $100 million level, if it ultimately shows that it's going to be more, you're telling me that there will indeed.
There will be a regulatory impact analysis, with will in italics.
Well, we will certainly look for that.